Who is Josh Stein? Josh Stein grew up in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. His father, Adam Stein, is a well known civil rights lawyer who co founded North Carolina's first integrated law firm. Growing up in this environment, Josh was exposed to social justice issues from an early age, which influenced his career in public service and law. He later attended Chapel Hill High School before pursuing higher education at Dartmouth College and then Harvard Law School. Josh Stein is the Attorney General of North Carolina, a position he has held since 2017. A member of the Democratic Party, Stein has focused on issues such as consumer protection, combating the opioid crisis, and protecting voting rights. He is known for his work against scam operations and efforts to hold pharmaceutical companies accountable for their role in the opioid epidemic. Stein announced his candidacy for the 2024 North Carolina governor's race, aiming to succeed the term limited Democratic Governor Roy Cooper. His campaign emphasizes expanding health care, supporting education, and addressing economic inequality. He is seen as one of the leading candidates for the Democratic nomination. As Attorney General of North Carolina, Josh Stein has achieved several significant accomplishments. 1. Combating the opioid crisis. Stein led efforts to address the opioid epidemic in North Carolina, negotiating a $26 billion settlement with major opioid distributors and Johnson and Johnson. The funds are being used for addiction treatment, recovery services, and prevention programs across the state. He also worked to strengthen the state's prescription drug monitoring program and implemented initiatives to reduce the overprescription of opioids. 2. Consumer protection. Stein focused on protecting consumers from scams, fraud, and predatory practices. His office pursued legal action against businesses engaging in deceptive practices, including debt relief scams, price gouging during emergencies, and robocall operations. He supported legislation to curb robocalls, helping to pass a law that made it easier to prosecute illegal robocallers in the state. 3. Defending voting rights. Stein actively worked to protect voting rights in North Carolina, challenging laws and policies seen as discriminatory or suppressive. His office opposed voter ID laws that disproportionately affected minority voters, advocating for fair access to the ballot. 4. Environmental protection. Stein prioritized environmental issues by taking legal action against companies responsible for polluting North Carolina's waterways with toxic chemicals like PFAS, forever chemicals. His office secured settlements to help clean up contamination and hold polluters accountable. He also supported efforts to expand clean energy and reduce carbon emissions in the state. 5. Criminal justice reform. Stein pushed for reforms aimed at improving fairness within the criminal justice system, including advocating for changes to bail practices, supporting reentry programs for formerly incarcerated individuals, and promoting the use of body worn cameras by law enforcement. These efforts reflect his broader priorities in public health, justice, consumer rights, and environmental advocacy. Josh Stein's policies for the 2024 North Carolina gubernatorial election focus on several key areas. Public education. Stein prioritizes expanding funding for public schools, increasing teacher pay, and ensuring equitable access to quality education. He opposes voucher programs that divert funds from public schools to private institutions and aims to reduce class sizes and improve educational outcomes for all students. Economic development. He plans to promote economic growth through investment in infrastructure, workforce development, and clean energy jobs. Stein supports expanding access to affordable housing and providing incentives for businesses that create high quality jobs in the state. Healthcare. Expanding Medicaid is a central component of Stein's health policy, aiming to increase healthcare access for low income families and reduce rural hospital closures. He also emphasizes the need to address mental health services and substance use disorders, leveraging the funds secured from opioid settlements to enhance addiction treatment programs. Reproductive rights and personal freedom. Stein supports maintaining access to abortion within the legal limits currently in place in North Carolina. He positions himself as a defender of personal freedoms, in contrast to his opponent's more restrictive stance on social issues. Environmental protection. Stein advocates for stronger environmental regulations, including measures to protect water quality and reduce carbon emissions. He also supports initiatives to expand renewable energy use across the state. His campaign reflects a vision for a more inclusive, economically vibrant, and environmentally sustainable North Carolina. Josh Stein's 2024 gubernatorial campaign has faced criticism on a few fronts. Handling of legal duties as Attorney General, Stein has been criticized for not defending certain controversial state laws during his time as Attorney General. For example, he refused to defend North Carolina's 12-week abortion ban, which some saw as neglecting his obligation to represent the state, regardless of personal beliefs. He has also faced criticism for not defending laws related to election procedures and redistricting, which were challenged in court as unconstitutional. Perception of being a career politician. Some critics argue that Stein is a typical career politician who represents the status quo. His long tenure in public service, including time as a state senator and attorney general, has led opponents to label him as part of the political establishment, which they claim is disconnected from everyday voters' concerns. Party divisions and position on Israel. Recent global events, such as the Israel Hamas conflict, have created divisions within the Democratic Party. As a Jewish candidate, Stein has had to navigate these tensions carefully. Some within his party have criticized him for not taking a stronger stand on the issue, while others worry about alienating pro Palestinian Democrats, making it a delicate situation for his campaign. These criticisms highlight the challenges Stein faces as he tries to appeal to a broad range of voters while maintaining his policy positions. Wonderful news is, as of October 11th, 2024, Josh Stein leads the North Carolina governor's race with 51.8% support compared to 36.4% for his opponent, Mark Robinson. Recent polling has shown Stein consistently ahead, with some surveys indicating a lead of 10 to 15 points. The race has been shaped by contrasting platforms, with Stein emphasizing public education, healthcare access, and environmental protection, while Robinson's campaign focuses on conservative social policies and law enforcement.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Period. She said it.